In this video, we will discuss simple pendulum. So let us see what is a simple pendulum means. A system of small massive body suspended by a light inextensible and twistless string from a fixed support is called a simple pendulum. Now this is the diagram of a simple pendulum. There you can see a point mass which is called bob. You can also suspend a stone by using a thread. That will also act as a simple pendulum. So in the case of an ideal simple pendulum, the bob should be point-like but of large mass. It is suspended from a rigid support where you can see the point of suspension by using an inextensible and twistless string. This arrangement is called a simple pendulum. So suspend your pendulum from a suitable support so that it is free to oscillate. Displace the stone or that bob to one side by a small distance and let it go. You can see that the bob starts to and fro motion about its mean position. It goes along the arc of a circle with center as point of suspension and radius equal to the length of the simple pendulum. You can see the extreme positions and the mean position. So the bob makes to and fro motion about the mean position. Hence the stone executes a to and fro motion and the bob oscillates in a plane about the vertical line through the support. Now when you displace the bob from its mean position and the deforming force is removed at that particular instant, there are only two forces acting on the bob. One is the tension T along the string and the vertical force due to gravity, which is mg. Since the thread is massless, we'll consider only the mass of the bob and hence the weight is equal to mg. Let theta be the angle made by the string with the vertical, and theta is very, very small. The force mg can be resolved into two components. The component mg cos theta along the string, along that length of the simple pendulum and pointing away from the point of suspension, or it is opposite to the tension, direction of tension, and mg sin theta which is perpendicular to this radius or perpendicular to length, and mg sin theta is tangential to the arc along which the bob moves. Since the motion of the bob is along the circle of length L and center at the support point, the bob has a radial acceleration omega square L, where omega is the angular velocity and L is the radius of the circular path. Here it is the length of the simple pendulum. Radial acceleration is also known as centripetal acceleration, which we have already discussed in circular motion. And it will also have a tangential acceleration because the bob moves with different velocities. If you perform the experiment, you can see that the bob moves with greater velocity when it passes through the mean position. And at the extreme position, the velocity is zero. So the velocity, linear velocity of the body is different. So the bob is having a tangential acceleration also. The radial acceleration is provided by the net radial force. The net radial force in this case is T minus mg cos theta, because you have seen that tension is along the radius, along the string, and pointing towards the point of suspension or the center of the circular path, whereas mg cos theta is along the string but pointing away from the center of point of suspension or the center of the circular path. Therefore, T is greater than mg cos theta, and hence the resultant is T minus mg cos theta, which is the net radial force, and that creates the radial acceleration omega square L. While the tangential acceleration is provided by mg sine theta. And this force mg sine theta produces a torque, and the torque tau about the support is entirely provided by the tangential component of force and given by tau is equal to minus L into mg sine theta. Because basically we know that torque is equal to R cross F. Here R is L and F is mg sine theta. Now the angle enclosed between L and mg sine theta is 90 degree. So when you define L cross F, L into F into sine 90, sine 90 becomes 1. So it is L into F, which is L into mg sine theta. This torque is actually a restoring torque that tends to reduce angular displacement. Therefore, it is taken to be negative. By Newton's law of rotational motion, we have torque tau is equal to I alpha, where I is the moment of inertia of the system about the support and alpha is the angular acceleration. Thus, I alpha equals minus mg sine theta into L. That is, alpha is equal to minus mgl by I into sine theta. That is only one rearrangement. We will get alpha is equal to minus mgl by I into sine theta. Now, if theta is small, sine theta can be approximated by theta. This is one of the important concepts that we have to memorize. To execute simple harmonic motion, theta should be very small. Otherwise, if theta is very large, sine theta, you know the expression of sine theta. Sine theta that we have discussed in mathematics. Sine theta is equal to theta minus theta cube by 3 factorial plus theta raised to 5 by 5 factorial minus etc. So, if theta is large, alpha will be proportional to theta and even higher powers of theta. So, the pendulum will execute harmonic motion but not simple harmonic motion. To be simple harmonic motion, alpha should be proportional to theta, not the higher powers of theta. That's why it is said, to make simple harmonic motion, you have to displace the bob only through a very small displacement. Thereby, sine theta can be reduced to theta. So, alpha is equal to minus mg L by I into theta, where sine theta is replaced by theta since theta is very, very small. Hence, we have omega is equal to root of mg L by I, because we have derived the expression for acceleration in case of simple harmonic motion, and the acceleration is found to be A equal to minus omega square x in linear simple harmonic motion. Here it's only angular simple harmonic motion, so x should be replaced by theta. So comparing that equations, we can write omega equal to root of mg L by I, where omega is the angular velocity. Now, omega is equal to 2 pi by t or t is equal to 2 pi by omega. Substituting in that equation, that is t is equal to 2 pi by omega, that is 2 pi divided by root of mgl by I, we get t is equal to 2 pi in root of I by mgl, where t is the time period of simple harmonic motion. Now, since the string of the simple pendulum is massless, the moment of inertia I is simply m into L square, mass of the bob into L square, and that is the moment of inertia in the case of a simple pendulum. So, substituting I is equal to ml square in the above equation for time period, we get t is equal to 2 pi into root of m into L square divided by mgl. On cancelling the terms, we'll get t is equal to 2 pi into root of L by g, which is the required equation for time period of a simple pendulum when it execute simple harmonic motion. So, time period t is equal to 2 pi into root of L by g. Students, you have to remember that for small angle theta, the periodic time of the simple pendulum is independent of mass of the bob, is independent of the amplitude of the oscillation, depends on the length of the pendulum, that is t is directly proportional to root of L, and depends on the acceleration due to gravity at that place, that is t is directly proportional to 1 by root g. And here you have some important graphs between time period, length of the simple pendulum, and acceleration due to gravity at that place. You have to memorize these graphs also. The first graph is between time period and root of L, which is a straight line, because we know that t is directly proportional to root L. The second is another graph. There we have taken t square and L. Again, it is a straight line. The third graph is between t and 1 by root g. Since they are directly proportional, it will be a straight line. And then you have t and root of L by g, where t is directly proportional to root of L by g. So, that will be also a straight line. Now, when you go for t and L, t is related. The relation between t and L is t is directly proportional to root L. So, when you plot time period and length, it will be a parabola. Whereas, when you plot t square and g, it will be a hyperbola. So, these are some of the important graphs that we have to memorize when we study about the simple harmonic motion that is executed by a simple pendulum.